Oh, this is a first. This is a first for my channel. Oh, yeah. So, what do you do when you go schedule a live and your guest is a no show? Huh? Hey, Marine. What hand's Mickey on, huh? Huh? All right, we're going to do this right. Had to give him crap because he just appeared down below. He's down there smiling. He knows I'm making fun of him. Hope you can hear me. But still, as you guys know, we give our guests a special intro. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, TCT BNL, that is this old sexy motherfucker right here, is proud to bring to you our soon-to-be world-famous No Lag Zone. Ha! But you thought I was going to get loud on that one. And today, we've got a trendsetter, a record breaker, a longtime member of the family here on the channel, a Marine, once a Marine, always a Marine, highly successful businessman. So, without much further ado, let's bring him onto the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to announce to you we have Johnny Slicks.
The crowd's going wild. What's up, man?
Yeah, crowd's checking their watches going, where were you? But still.
You're crazy.
Dude, making me sweat all the way to the end. I see how you are. I'm like, got to get my iPad and go, Rebecca, get his ass on live,
Oh, man, I was just getting a drink. I haven't been feeling the best the last few days, so I've been trying to pound water nonstop.
Bro, I get it. We've got something going around the house here. But
yeah, you get it.
So before we get too far off on that tangent, Johnny, every time you appear on the channel, it is record setting for most returning guests. But for those very few people who don't know who you are, elevator pitch.
Yeah, all right. So my name is John Rusheye. I got out of the Marine Corps around 2016. I started noticing my hair was thinning really bad. I'll go through all of the long story, just cut it short. I discovered that it's chemicals that are like pumped into our products that we're just bathing in and soaking our skin in. So I decided to ditch all of that stuff and go fully organic. It took me quite some time to figure out how to use organic things, but I ended up developing formulas that helps promote healthy hair growth and prevent future hair loss. So it helps my thinning hair, and it also opened up a whole world of education and research for me as regards to grooming products and the grooming industry. So long story short, 30 seconds, right? You said 30 seconds.
Oh,
so
come on.
It's kind of a long story, man. So figured out the ingredients that helped my thinning hair, discovered it's a massive issue. So I started giving it out to people, and figured out it was a passion of mine to be helping people like this. Couldn't afford it. I ended up selling plasma, selling everything we had, getting my car repoed. Banks were coming after me, phones getting shut off, all that good stuff. And I ended up meeting Nick Kumalatzos and his wife, Allie. We partnered, and business started booming. After that, we actually had an infrastructure for the business, started selling products, and we went from starting the business with less than $300, or actually less than $400 cash, to turning into an 8-figure company. So this has all happened within the last 8 years of my life, and Johnny Slicks is about to be 6 years. So right now we're completely worldwide. Amazon is booming. If you guys if you have no attention span and you need pomade right now, Amazon is booming. And it's just everywhere. Everywhere is absolutely booming. And I remember making just a few products, 8 products in my kitchen, not but 8 years ago. So it's wild that amount of growth has happened. And it's all because we've invested in our people and invested in our country, keeping everything American made, American sourced, with American manufacturing, American fulfillment, and we hire American media people, commercials for us and everything. So it's just investing in our people and making a damn good product is why I'm standing where I'm standing. And thank you for having me on. Also, I completely didn't say that.
It's my pleasure, brother. But I don't know if you caught the little blurb I put out today. We're introducing 3 brand new segments in this show.
Oh, cool.
You're my guinea pig, the canary in the fucking coal mines. Let's do this, Johnny.
Cool, man. I'm down.
Number 1, you mentioned, 8 years of Johnny Slicks, but it's officially been around like 6 years. So we're going to introduce this neat little segment. I wanted to do it last show, but I totally spaced with going down a rabbit hole with you.
Yeah, that's easy.
So tell me your old school Johnny Slicks without telling me your old school Johnny Slicks. And I've got the perfect thing to show.
I kind of know. Yeah, I knew what it was, man. I had a feeling it was either that or the wooden jar. But those
That's
are
one
banging,
I
bro.
could never get my hands on.
You still don't have one?
I never got one, bro. That was one of those that I was like, I need
Dude.
one. But I found this on our before our last live.
Yeah.
And the funny part, it's the original mason jar that it came with.
No shit. For real?
The original. Everything on it is exactly how it came out of the package.
Yeah.
It's never been used.
Wow, that's so cool, man.
But that's segment number one. Tell me you're old school Johnny Slicks without telling me you're old school Johnny Slicks.
Dude, I'm going to dig through. We have a bunch of storage. We can get into the growth of the company and everything, but we have a lot more space now than we used to. So I got storage. Let me go. I'll have the guys go back there and look to see if there's a wooden jar. I have a feeling like I have a spare.
Oh, you the man. Like I said, it's the only thing I've never gotten my hands on.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I got one. I have one somewhere on the shelf over here. I think I have one over there somewhere. Bro, I don't even have one of the ones with the logo in it. I have the guy who made them was local here.
Yeah,
I have the original prototype he gave me. So it looks a little different. It's like the prototype version of it, and I love it. But I moved around stuff. I swear I have it still. I'll find you.
It is old school. Little leather wrap around a mason jar.
Yeah, man. Stay slick on the handle.
Yep.
Yeah, man. That's dope.
Okay. Now, the fun part is, like I mentioned in the thing, with him and his business partner being former Marines, which also made your Valentine's Day thing really funny, especially with Tom looking like, the fuck is going on in here? You know?
Tom was just he wasn't even acting, bro. He just was just rolling. Tom was like, get this guy out of here. Dude, it was funny, man. That commercial was great.
Happy birthday, Chris. Robin could have done a hell of a lot better, but she settled for your dumbass, so you be appreciative. And we do have your first question of the day. Seeing how we haven't gotten on a tangent, I don't need to pull a squirrel on you.
Yeah. Would there be a big difference in ordering product direct compared to Amazon? Yeah, for sure. So first off, I mean, I'm transparent when it comes to my life in the business, but Amazon takes quite a heavy commission fee for businesses. They take about 30% off the top. So that alone, it's not going to us, our team, and our company, just 30% of whatever you spend on Amazon. But also, there's a lot of people that go through the process of actually getting, and I wish I had a Johnny Slicks box here, getting you the Johnny Slicks box. When you order on Amazon, they come however they come. Like they can come in a bag, in a box. They can come, you know what I mean? On your roof, in your bushes. It can come.
I live in a prone area, so yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people who aren't involved in the Amazon sales funnel, if you may. Like our media team isn't really involved as much because Amazon has its own media kit. So there's when you buy from Johnny Slicks, you're literally supporting every single person in the company's paycheck. And when you buy from Amazon, pitch your 30% off the top, but also you're not supporting every single person in the company because not every single person goes through the process of Amazon. Right. We have a fulfillment center right here down the street. So if you buy direct from us on johnnyslicks.com, you'll get it from our facility right here. Our people will do it. But if you order on Amazon, it can come from Michigan or Illinois or California. You know what I mean? It can come from somewhere over there. So that's really the difference.
And to give you guys a slight follow-up, because I may have gotten 1 or 1,000 different Johnny Slicks boxes in my mailbox by now.
Yeah.
It's a Johnny Slicks box when it arrives. Amazon, they have those nondescript packages. Yeah. Johnny's got name and logo all over every corner of the box. So it's him when you get it in.
Yeah. And people keep the boxes too, which I'm greatly appreciative of. You can recycle them, of course. They're heavy duty craft cardboard. They're nice. Yeah. I'm humble though. I swear. I'm the humblest dude I know, but they are nice boxes.
My kids make them into weapons, so I've got to
That's awesome.
The cuteness factor is a deadly person. So yeah.
I believe you.
But like I was saying, with both him and his business partner being Marines and a huge portion of your workforce being vets, we've joked about it. I know that workflow has got to be amazing because you give them a mission. Let's destroy that mission.
Yeah, for sure. And there's always competition, you know what I mean? It's always I can do a little more. So these guys are setting records, weekly. We're setting new records. It's absolutely wild. The amount of product that's able to be produced between, I think we have 8 cooks over there. 8 people can produce this much product. thousands daily. And they're like upping each other. They're saying, I can make more tomorrow. I can make more tomorrow. And they're keeping up with all of the growth, because we've seen from last year to this year, we've seen 158% growth. 158, like from last year to this year. You know what I mean? That's wild.
It's huge.
These guys can keep up with it. So like, we're just having this like Marine spirit, military spirit. There's something like, we're different. We're different. You know what I mean? And and it's just how it operates. That's how we operate.
And it's also comical for everyone watching this, and you're watching it later on, because I will be posting this in the Slickster. So whenever the admin approves, it'll be live over there. I remember way back when you're like, 6 orders this week. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, man.
And now we're seeing full truckloads coming out.
Yeah, we had to get a van for the lab to make trips. So just so everyone knows, we're doing all of this in 2,500 square feet of manufacturing, 2,500 square feet. And really, only 1,600 of that square feet is available for cooking. One, because we're running on like first phase electrical, like we don't have any good electricity. And you know, these melters and these pourers, they can get quite hefty. We're doing all of this out of like 1,600 cook space. And then the back is like office areas that we just have for drum storage or ingredients that need climate control. But like boxes, containers, all this stuff, we have like multiple storage units in the back that we have all of these supplies for. So like, this is rapidly grown, and these guys are just like keeping up with it. It's absolutely wild.
But I do have to throw one thing out there, and this one's at Miss Capra. So Nick, if you're watching this, trust me, this is not offensive in any way. When she did the We're Growing thing, and she went back to the original lab and the Walter White logo that's still there that I asked you about.
Yeah.
My first thought was, I talked about it first, Miss Capra. I got you.
It's true. You did. Yeah. And it was funny that she went back there, because you remember those days. I remember Shopify offered us like a $300 loan or something like that for our store. And we were going to take it because we needed a little bit extra money to kick. Right. And I think I didn't know what to do with them at the time. I was like, what am I going to do with $300? Like at my expense, dude, we were selling plasma like not but a month ago. So like taking a $300 investment is more than like, I feel like there's a scam, you know what I mean? But this was a legit thing. It was fearful for me to take that risk. But they offered it $300, and I think I got t-shirts, like first off. And one of the things I bought was that decal because of Nick's vlogging he did at the time. He vlogged every day. So I was like, let me get a Walter White thing, because we cook at the lab, right? And we just carried this thing on. And I remember having it up there, and when we were expanding, we had to like patch up holes in the wall and stuff like that, because we needed a bigger lab and a bigger bench. And now I need a refrigerator and a desk. And, you know, so we kept expanding. So we were like, let's just paint it. But the decal was on there, and I didn't want to spend money on another one. So I was like, wait, can we just paint over it and then rip the decal off? So it's like the opposite. It's like an inverted decal. And that's what that is now. It's an inverted. It's just old paint on the wall from the decal. I'm never getting rid of it. It's awesome.
Nice. Now, the other little interesting segment, because we got a couple more that I'm going to touch on with you. We hardly ever touch on this. We always touch on the positives and all the great things and the beauty of Johnny Slicks. But over the years, there's been adversity, whether it's from small batch to most recently.
Oh, yo, Rebecca and I were just talking about that this morning. Oh, that's funny.
The big question is, how do you handle that without losing it? Because I know, let's just go with small batch, all the hatred that caused.
Yeah.
And then the habit, which personally, being a lapsed Catholic, I laughed my butt off over, going, do you guys not understand he's not blaspheming anything? He's having a little fun.
It was fun, dude.
But like the backlash you got from that, how did you roll that forward to something positive? Because anybody watching this, he always has this one little quirk, and this is what I love about him. This is bad, this is bad, this is bad. How do I spin this good? And not in a political way. He finds the good and the bad.
Yeah. Well, to me, the good, like literally bad can't exist without good. Like there has to, literally, for me to label something bad, I need to be referencing something good in relations to it to call it bad, right? So for me, it's not really like good or bad. First off, I don't even know. I think Nick said it might be offensive because like we have meetings about these things. And I think Allie and I we both have our heads in the clouds. And when she said it, I was like full on in. I was invested. And Nick was like, I don't know, man. I don't want to. If you remember, we did commercials way back when, and we had Abe Lincoln and the Dude and Jesus. Yep. We got a little bit of heat for that too. But like at some point, you can literally point out your window and just choose to be insulted by anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like especially this day and age, you can literally be offended and insulted by anything and everything you see around you. But I choose to not really let that like bombard me. Like, we're doing really good because we're able to just plow through this and just like keep our head down and focus on the goal, the vision, adjust, pivot, and rely on our team. Right. But when these things pop up, like if I were to just stop putting my head down and moving forward to be like looking at this distraction, I'm not helping me or the team. So like I've gotten to a point now where I don't really see it as offensive. And if I don't see it as offensive, then I'm cool with it, as long as I'm not hurting people. You know what I mean? But there's certain things where it's like if somebody's insulted, like on the internet, we have videos that go viral. I don't know what viral is considered nowadays, but and people get super offended and they call me and like they insult me and my intelligence and stuff. And all I'm trying to do is have them ask questions, right? So going from what was the first controversy? Oh, small batch. Oh, bro. Look, I wasn't trying to offend anybody. I'm just saying a thing, and people are choosing to be offended by it, and then they choose to let that control them. And for me, it's not. That's not it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna twerk as a nun because I feel like doing it and I like doing it. And if you're offended, that's on you.
Scarring. Just let you know, watching that emotionally scarring. Johnny twerking,
bro. It was fun, man. We had a good time, but like. I don't know. At what line do you draw at this is bad, this is good? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, unless you label it that way. Because like you're saying, like, it's part of like it's a religious thing. So it's like biased, it's opinionated. Everybody has a version of their own in here. And if you choose to be offended, or you can choose to laugh your ass off. You know what I mean? Like, you can choose to enjoy life and not let that weigh you down and eat at you and kill you. Like, that will slowly kill you. Just let it go.
Well, it's like I tell a lot of people, you don't think God has a sense of humor? Look at a duckbill platypus.
Yeah, right? Yeah, man. Yeah. Life isn't about getting insulted or finding the things that need you. If you're insulted, it needs to be fixed. Like that's not okay. Like, that's not your job here. Like, your job is to just enjoy it. Just observe and enjoy. That's it, man.
And that's something I've been preaching to my kids.
Yeah.
Life is really short. It really truly is. If you think about it, it can go by in a blink of an eye and you're like, wow, I'm 60. You know, when yesterday you were 18 humping a rug through the freaking swamps of Camp Lejeune. Yeah, I've been there too. I'm Army, but I've been through those swamps and that crap.
Yeah, man.
And then like you're 60 and you're like, what the hell happened? But I'm teaching my kids, enjoy it.
Yeah, for real.
And I've done this with them, and I think I've even told you this. Whenever they screw up, if they can make me laugh, there's no punishment. Like, what was your rationale behind it?
Yeah.
And if I break out laughing, I'm like, just go away. Go away. You beat daddy on this one, you know?
Yeah, I get it, man.
Yeah, you got to have fun. But I saw that the other day, you know, the habit one. I was like, oh, I got to bring this back up. Just because it was like fire and brimstone raining down. Then all of a sudden, everyone's like, oh, hey, we're cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really pay much mind to the haters anymore, man. Or even people who like disagree with how like we do things or I choose to do things. Like, look, I'm doing things based on all of my experience. I'm using the best information I can, the ones that I learned from. I'm pulling all the tools out of my toolbox and I'm making this decision what's best for me and my people. And every single person is doing that exact same thing. So if you're choosing to be offended because that dude's doing something his way, dude, if you were in his shoes and lived his entire life, convince me you'd do something different. So I'm just like, I'm doing me. I'm doing, you know what I mean? You do you choose to be insulted. That's cool. But I don't really spend much time. I don't really go through the comments. I don't really, you know, I don't, when I wake up at night, I'm more like the things that haunt me and keep me up are like, damn, I got to run this report to see what kind of data we can do to help. You know what I mean? Like, how are subscriptions doing? I'm looking at like other things moving forward. When like way back in the day, like that small batch era type thing, yeah. I was like that. It would keep me up at night. And I'm like, what's this dude saying about that? About what I said on this? Like that. Nah, man, you can't do that and move forward in life. You can't do both.
And it's funny you mentioned comments because, like, I'm going to say within the last month, for the first time ever, I saw one of your ads on X, Twitter, whatever Elon's calling it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I saw it, and that was the one with you and Miss Rebecca. And does she prefer Rebecca, Becky, Becca? I don't want to screw up with her. So
Rebecca's fine.
okay.
Yeah.
So with you and Miss Rebecca on the fur rug, and hey, we stink and that thing. And I read the comments, and I was like, oh my God, really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
You
wild.
guys are y'all need Jesus up in here.
Dude, people are easier online, like in real life. You know what I mean? So I just kind of wave them by. Like I know, and at the end of the day, if they have a hateful comment, that's building traction for the ad. So I mean, like you are helping me.
You
So
think
like
you're triggering the algorithm. Exactly.
yeah, and I know this like type of lifestyle and type of way is not for everybody. And people that they act emotionally, they go on impulse, and they go do something on the internet because there's no immediate consequence. There's no consequence really, other than like your internal self-conscious doing that to somebody. But like they do it because there's no consequence, and they just like if they're doing it on a whim, why should I take it more than a whim? You know what I mean? Like just let it pass me, man.
The one that
Thank you for commenting on the post. It's doing great now.
The one that had me dying with laughter, and I actually responded to the dude.
Yeah.
He called Miss Rebecca a walrus. And I was like, I think she weighs,
I didn't even see that one.
Called her a walrus. And I'm like, I think she weighs like 50 pounds if you put 40 pounds of concrete in her pockets.
Yo.
I'm like, do you need glasses?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. See, with those, I don't even see those comments because I don't even go in there. Dude, I'd rather be messaging back people who are like, bro, you've changed my life. Bro, thank you so much for this, this, and this. What do you recommend for that? Those people, I'm going to spend my energy like on those people. Do you know what I mean? Because that's where change is. That's where love is. That's where kindness and passion and like, that's where it is. If I spend all my time down here, then, you know what I mean?
I get you. You can't soar with the eagles if you want to play with the pigs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it.
Nice. I dig it.
But that just goes right in with, the controversy and everything, bringing all that up. But the other one to throw in there, because I keep forgetting to bring this up, ingredient change in Beast Wash. Someone brought this up, and I actually got into him with him in my comment section.
Yeah.
When did you get away from sodium lauryl sulfate? Because I actually had to go back and check.
Yeah.
The original Beast Wash videos I did had SLS in there. Now you don't.
Yeah.
When was that change, and what made that pivot? If I'm not treading into company secrets.
No, it's cool. I get it. It was around the Mrs. Slicks era. Okay. I was still developing. So you already know. It's not really a long explanation. It's actually quite simple. Around 2020, there was a lot of impact on like things, the economy, ingredients, things available, and just like releasing the first iPhone, like we had to get it out there in the industry because we had this idea, and I knew it was gonna I needed to do it. So I don't know. I'm not gonna go too far into it, but like back in the early days, the elemental table, the periodic table, it wasn't like organized yet. And there were two dudes in the world that were not connected working on it. One dude, Melodiv, the guy who actually like published the paper for it, was getting ready to go to his wedding. Like he was getting ready to like shove off in Russia to a wedding. He ended up like knocking over a bunch of stuff off his table and ended up calling off his wedding because this was it. And because of that, 2 weeks like 2 weeks of a difference of the research paper, right? So like because he did that, he ended up doing this, right? So just do it. Goes into a whole nother thing. But we launched it, and I was like, okay, we got to work on it. We had Beast Wash, beastwash.com, Tame Your Beast. We had all of these things organized really good. The logo, everything was dedicated, and we were just like, launch it, right? Doing more and more research papers come out, more published papers come out about SLS, SLES, all these different ingredients. And I was already working on getting that out of there, but it kind of just fit into what was going on. Like we had the label change. Mrs. Slicks kind of didn't really make the money it was supposed to initially. So we deem it as like a learned lesson, we had a ton of supplies I need to get rid of. And the label change was just inevitable. Like I have another label change coming up here, and I don't want to ever say when and like promise people, but like I would love for it to be in the next year or two, just because we have so many products that are like our oil-based pomade original one. just says organic pomade on it because
Right.
that's the only pomade I made at the time. Do you know what I mean? It still says that on this label, yet we have clay-based and water-based pomade.
Yep.
So those little things need to change. Beard wash, most people use it as face wash, but they don't, you know what I mean? Like they don't know that. I'm terrible at marketing. I say it constantly. I have a degree for it though, but it doesn't mean nothing. But so I would like it to say like whole body wash or something along the lines of that to make it more like open for more people. So they're not like ladies aren't buying it, being like, I don't have a beard. You know what I mean? It's not just full face wash in general. So that kind of stuff inevitably happens, and the ingredient change kind of just landed on like a 4-prong fork. It was like do this, 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 and this all at the same time, and it just happened that way.
Sweet. Now, for all you guys watching this later on, you're going to see a little scrolling ticker down below. That is an exclusive channel discount code that Johnny is giving you guys who watch my videos. It's the channel name. It's your discount code. Go use it. Go beat the hell out of it. And if you're buying like the beard wash with the organic stuff in there, you will see some separation. Shake the crap out of it before you use it, and you're good to go.
Yep. Just shake it. It's wild.
Now, we got an interesting little segment for you, Johnny. We've been working on this one. We sent our intrepid reporters into the field and asked people, do you have something to say to Johnny Slicks? Now, if you can see through the humor, the intrepid little reporter is me, and the person to say something to Johnny Slicks is the cuteness factor.
I had a feeling.
I got something for you here, bro. So hold on, let me get this little video up. Hopefully you can hear it. So here we go.
Thanks for all the good stuff you've made for me, Johnny, and just bringing it to me. And I hope you keep your business going.
Anything else?
That's awesome, man. That's so cool, dude.
That's the brand new segment because she heard you were coming on.
She's the best.
And I asked her, like, is there anything you really want to say to him? I don't know. And then she went into, I can do this.
Yeah, I do actually. Thanks for asking. He's awesome, man.
And we have another one coming up. A wannabe Marine is asking you advice.
Oh, okay.
Because
wait, on the Marine Corps?
Yeah, he's young now and he's looking to join when he becomes legal age.
Oh, I see. Okay.
He's got 2 questions for you.
All right.
Oh, yeah, it's going better. I thought it would. Cool. But I do have to bring this weird one up. I saw you're introducing the team video the other day. I really love how people were being themselves. And you got to Nick and he was like, get out of here before I shoot you. You know?
Yeah.
Was that scripted in any way, or was that just Nick being Nick?
You know, Nick's not like that in real life, man. No, he's not. He's a loving dude. He's a loving father and husband. He's amazing. He's a very kind and caring person. Now he can be a badass, like with exactly how you can picture him on this cover of his book. Like I've seen him like that. Okay. But the dude has so much wisdom and kindness. That's him.
We've seen the videos with his program, okay?
That's
scary Nick, all right? That's Marine Corps Nick, all right?
That's Nick actually in the field making change in people's lives, but in a very fast way. Yeah,
it's what, a 3-day course?
Yeah.
I mean, it's intense, and I can see what they're doing, but that's got nothing to do with you. I just wanted to bring that up with Nick because I love that look. He's like, go away before I shoot you.
Nah, Nick's a very busy dude, man. He's got he's got so many moving projects. I don't know how he does it all, but he does it. And that's more or less the Nick that is on that video. He's a busy CEO. Get out of here. I don't have time for this. Meanwhile, we're all just goofing off and stuff. Have a good time. So that's the kind of and I do wanted on our app, when you open up our app, I do eventually want to, and I don't know how it's going to look, but I love the Brady Bunch.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, we have a full family team. We have 20 people on our team now. We can totally do not like a whole show, but like a cover image or a wallpaper for our website, just something for all of us, you know? And that's more or less, I think a year or 2 ago, we did the Office characters where the awkward birthday, Office Space, you know what I mean? So we kind of like doing that stuff because we have the opportunity, and it's ironic because that's not what our company is like. We're actually really cool, and we're family. We joke around, we have a good time. So it's fun to just be awkward on camera and just be I don't know what to do. Yeah, each person has their own whimsical character.
Yeah, but it's also great when you go to like run around a slick day like last year. No
Yeah.
offense, Nick. Once again, I know you have my address. No dynamic entry. Just knock on the door. I'll let you in to kill me, okay? Watching him fail, firing cupcakes at you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted to get hit, you should have stood behind him. That's all I'm saying.
dude,
You know?
Dude. Oh, this year. So we're having a slick day party here locally on the 1st of March. And then we'll post a video and all that stuff. But dude, we went and blew up cakes. So we went to a range and blew up cakes and stuff. I'm not gonna give anything away because there were a lot of people working on this project. But man, we had some fun, man. Yeah.
And that's one of the other things which I enjoy, that you can make my better half's life a living hell. Every time you put up a job posting, I'm like, honey, we're moving to North Carolina.
That's a move for you, man.
I don't care.
Oh, man. Yeah, we've been hiring for, I feel like, forever, man. Forever. Yeah. We're just always hiring. We're always growing. We're always doing more.
Do you know how weird it would be to do a live one day and go, guess what? I'm an employee.
Dude, for real. We got a podcast studio here. We just do it in there.
I saw that, by the way. Congrats.
Yeah,
Your
we have
brand new
two.
podcast.
Yeah, so the Always Forward podcast, Nick's podcast, is in our conference room. So that's where we do all of our level 10 meetings and our executive meetings right there. And then Rebecca and I started a podcast called the Be All In podcast that we do right on our porch, right in the backyard here.
Yeah, I mean, I've known about the Always Forward. I love it just because of the weird topics that you guys cover, especially when you and Nick get together, and you, Nick, and Tom.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are, if you guys ever catch those, you need to.
Those are real conversations. We actually talk like that. We're talking like that. It's wild. It's wild how real those podcasts are.
But I haven't caught your new one yet. I will. Yeah. I did see that you were filming it, so that was something I was going to bring up today. Throw a pitch out for it.
It's called the Be All In, like roll the dice, Be All In podcast. It's Rebecca and I, and we're going to talk about how extreme ownership and servitude and gratitude has completely adjusted and shifted our lives. And it's brought us to where we are today. The success that we have today is due to those simple things that we've just executed and we embody. Obviously, core values and ethics and all that stuff go into play, but just being extremely accountable for where you are in your life in the exact way, like no regrets is like a tenth of it compared to extreme ownership. You need to be accountable for not only the things you do, but the things you choose not to do. So putting yourself in your feet and saying, I am who I am today, and it's only because of my actions. That's how you move forward. So our podcast is not only about that, but it's about us building Johnny Slicks. Back in 2016, like the summer, I was eating ramen noodles. Like I was picking up change at a gas station to put gas in my car to go sell plasma to, you know what I mean? Like it was a long and hard thing. So my goal is to inquire inquiry, have people ask questions, because questions lead to growth, success, getting off your ass and off the couch and going and doing something. But Rebecca and I is about extreme ownership. And we're not some special, like we weren't born with like a massive amount of money. And like her and I struggled for a while trying to figure it out. So we're not some special people. We just applied these few things that we've learned over time, and it's led to our success now. So our goal is to connect to people and inspire people to follow in what they believe in through extreme ownership, servitude, and gratitude.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because there's 2 points I'm going to do a follow-up with you on.
Yeah, all right.
Number one, for everybody who's watching this, go look up Johnny Slick's origin story. Not his second one. Go look up the original, because he is not lying. They had nothing. And if you want to talk about building a business through literally blood, sweat, and tears, Johnny Slicks is the example. Go watch that video. And the second part that you bring up, you know, your upbringing and your ownership of stuff. I still remember that Instagram live you did with Mama Slicks. And by the way, all hail Mama Slicks. Thank you so much. When I asked her a question, I was like, did you ever envision Johnny doing this in his life? And she, without blinking an eye, went, no.
Yeah.
And you, what? You know?
Yeah, I've actually learned more recently than not that there were a lot of people in my life that thought I was going to end up on drugs or in jail. So I didn't really have, growing up, I didn't really have this, I'm going to do something with my life thought ever. I thought I was just going to like be a guy and just kind of work at a place and complain. And do that. So it's kind of wild. My shift in this book kind of helped me. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. this book has helped me change that mindset and realize that the opposite is true. That I am the dude who's going to change and make an impact in my community and in my life, and I'm going to achieve my visions through my work, and I'm going to earn that shit. So like it has come a long way, but I haven't really had that in my life. I wasn't raised with that. So if you were, you already got to step up on me. Go and get your vision.
But from the outside looking in, okay,
yeah,
there's two big points, I think, in let's just call it the history of Johnny Slicks. Let's call them career-defining moments from the outside looking in.
Okay.
Number one was Nick's daily blog when he got your product in.
Yeah.
Because that's what put you on the map with me. I went, interesting logo. Nick tried it, and you look at his beard back then, it was monstrous. And he's like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
You may be hearing more about this guy later. And then with your story about the stalking or the American dream, you know, but hooking up with Nick, and I asked you before if that was a pass-fail kind of thing. You went, no, you had other plans ready to go forward.
Yeah.
And that shocked me. Because Nick, with all his businesses, and I still remember his thing when he's like, I'm probably shutting everything down but Johnny Slicks because he's the only motherfucker making money.
Yeah,
like, damn. And the second thing, and people can debate me on this, is when you brought Miss Rebecca over from the gym and basically made her head of the office.
Oh, yeah. When she became the COO, she kind of like got the shit together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I still remember two parts. When you were doing an Instagram live working out, and I was like, go ahead, the boss is here. Everyone behave. She's like, fun, damn it.
So funny. Everyone does that to her. She's not like that at all, but it is funny that everyone does that.
But it's still funny to do that to her. And the other part was, oh, you're going on vacation. Cool. You leaving me Rebecca? No. Johnny, you're leaving me Rebecca, right?
No. Yeah. She's so crucial to the operations.
But those are two huge defining moments from the outside looking in.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, to me.
That's awesome. No, because both of those are true. From the inside, we had a bunch of other things. Like Forbes listed us as a pomade that they, like there were a bunch of articles that got posted that helped us grow. But really, every single time where we've seen like immense growth, it's always been when we invest in people. It's always been people oriented. And that's why as a company, we always choose people over policy. So like the corporate America is the way it is because it's the opposite. They do policy and people come second, always. And to me, that's how you lose people. You have to value people, right?
That's
so
standard military line, mission first, people second.
Right. And to an extent, I do understand that. However, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to build a business that doesn't do that. To me, when I'm walking in the grocery store and there's a robot that wants to check me out, or there's a woman who works here wants to check me out, I'm going for the lady every single time because that person that's a person. That's a human being. I'm not going to do her job and make her unemployed. That's just wild to me. So it's always been our people, investing in people, because people are everything. And people come with problems. Trust me, everything on Instagram is beautiful, nice and shiny, but people just like me and you, we have tons of issues, man. And it's so difficult to be able to manage those. But I will take any single day, I will take any of their problems over going to China or going to full machines or not investing in people. I would like literally give me all of your problems. I make no money on solving your issues. I make money on making product, but please bring me your product. We get to do this. Is something we say constantly. So every time we have seen change, it's been because of our people.
And you see, I love the fact a couple episodes ago when I had you on, you were like, I was tired of trying to find a way around the shortage. So I became the shortage with material and plastic and everything else. Yeah. And the other part, you would have scored like 1 million fangirl points if you went, we've seen a resurgence in businesses when people watch your videos. That would have been great, but you failed. It's okay, John. You failed.
That's all right.
He's like, who cares? Whatever.
I guess I learned from not doing that.
But yeah, and it's funny how you brought up social media and you gave away the greatest secret ever. Everything is beautiful. I'm a bazillionaire. Look at all these beautiful women or guys around me, depending on your orientation. I have no problems in my life. Yeah, because you can edit the fuck out of everything before you hit post.
Well, the camera only points at one thing too. Like dude, for some reason and like, people call me nuts for this, and it's cool. I get it. But like for some reason, it's always been weird to me that when someone puts up a camera, even though however you're feeling, they say smile and everyone smiles. So like we look at photos from our past of our youth and we're like, oh, I'm smiling because I'm at Disney World. But like, what if you and your family just got some real bad news? Like, isn't the point of record keeping to be like as accurate as possible? So I never understood that. The social media kind of plays that part where it's like it only points one way, but how was the person feeling that day? How did they take their day? Like, were they conquered by it, or did they conquer it? And that's not really portrayed when a camera is pointing in one way and then it's edited and colored and highlighted and then audio on top of it. It doesn't really portray realism anymore. It's more abstract. So yeah, I get really vulnerable in other shows. So if I didn't get vulnerable enough here, like have me on again, I'll get more vulnerable. Like, because this is real life. Business is real life. It's not just Instagram.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've had this conversation before. Having you on, it's like just having a brother on, and you and I are sitting down talking, just crap to one another, which is fun.
Yeah.
Which is, I was about to bring that point up and go, for everyone watching this, why are you not hammering for this? Why? He's got a lot of stuff. I want you guys to see who he is, because when you place that order with Johnny Slicks, you're not just investing in a veteran-owned company, which I highly suggest you do. Yeah. You're investing in the person. And this is a great way to see that person whose name is on the company. True.
Yeah. And I do appreciate you having me on here, man, because it does make it makes such an impact for like this is what I'm here for. This is what I'm here for on Earth, to make impacts with real human beings, to like go out, experiment in life, come back with the results and let you guys know how it's doing. You know what I mean? Like, right. Instagram don't do that. At least it can, but you can't live life and live Instagram. You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah. And it's really funny because our first live was on an Instagram live.
Yeah. I used to go on Instagram. I got to go live on Instagram more now. But there's so many platforms. There's Facebook, there's YouTube, there's X, TikTok. I don't even know. There's other ones now. Threads. There's, dude, I don't know, man.
Right. But it's funny to bring up making an impact in someone's life, because we still have 2 questions for you.
Oh, yeah. All right. Let's do it.
All right. Here comes number 1, and we'll give you the other one in just a little bit. But this is number 1.
Why you tease me like?
Well, my first question is, what is it like joining a Marine Corps?
That's so vague. I can talk about that forever.
Well,
okay.
Not much longer, so give him a short speech. He wants to know what it's like.
Okay. From where I am now, from where I am now, should I tell him about when, like, in a Marine's mindset, or should I be past that?
Do you guys still have Shark Attack in Basic?
I mean, I don't know. Basic is definitely different than when it was when I there, but I can tell him this. Don't go with an expectation of you're the best. Go with almost a lack of ego, but it's still at the same time, try to like always do your best always, but don't like the bigger the ego, the more you're going to get picked on. And it's about the team. It's not about the you. So like, there's a reason why you lose your name and you're called a recruit, because you're all the same. You're a team. You suffer as a team. Yep. So if you have an ego, you're going to get separated and you're going to get tortured for that. So go in with no ego. Don't go with a Marine Corps t-shirt. Don't go with a Marine Corps haircut. Go with like, I'm here for whatever the Marine Corps needs me to do, and you will be on board. Also, do your best. That should be a given.
Well, as much as I love my son, he's a great blank slate. So
perfect.
Yeah, I already told him he's a perfect Marine Corps recruit. They're going to tell him to run. He's not even going to go where. He's just going to start running. You know? Yeah.
And they're going to try to pin him against other people that are in his squad to see who can survive. But if he always remembers the team first and to do my best, and also when your body feels tired, it's only at like 40%. Like, you can go harder, do harder, but do harder for everybody, for the team.
See, I think he's more into it now. Like when he was really younger, he's 15, 16 now. So he's at that point where he's getting once in his life. Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason he wants to join the Corps, and I support him 100% on it. Most of my family on my side were Navy. That's why I joined the Army, because I didn't want anybody knowing anyone in my family and go, you fucked up, but I know your dad, so we're going to cut you a break, you know?
I got you. Yep.
So he didn't want to join the Army. On his mom's side, there's a lot of Navy. And I'm like, but you're still joining the Navy. You're joining the Marine Corps. No offense. No offense. Who signs your checks? That's all I'm saying.
No, man, I don't. I'm so past that. I get it.
But like when he started to want to join the military a while ago, have you ever seen the really bad reality show, The Selection?
No.
A&E put this out with 5 spec op guys.
Okay.
You had 60 normal people who went through recruit training.
Okay.
And they beat them down. I think at one point they had 1,000 flutter kicks before they would even let them pause for water.
Oh, I'm hurting. I got cramps thinking about that.
Thank you. Okay.
Oh.
And my son made the stupidest comment ever. And you've done this in the military. I'm bored. I can fix that right now.
I got tons of stuff for you to do.
So we started putting him through a little bit of training, nothing too strenuous that would have hurt him. And he's like, I don't want to join the military anymore. Now he's dead set about joining the Corps. And instead of you go to bed early, you lose electronics, he wants me to drop him.
Okay.
And not like his push-ups were before where you see that I can't break the plane, but that's 1. Oh, that's 2.
Yeah.
All the way down, all the way up.
Yeah, good.
But
That's
we're getting
awesome.
him ready for that. So he knows you're a Marine and he thought he'd ask.
Yeah.
But yes, I am picking on you because I'm going to lead right into the second question. I caught that as that first video started rolling.
Okay.
But here comes the second one.
Let's do it.
And my second question is, what is it like during the Crucible?
Oh, the Crucible. To me, it was more or less a blur, but it's. I mean,
Sorry.
no. I mean, you're just beaten. So, but you're not like. Okay, you have no reference of time. You have no control, and you're just told to do things. And like at the Crucible, I will say, you like from his perspective, the Crucible probably sounds terrifying. But when it's time to do the Crucible, you're like, let's do it. It's not like Sundays. I'm sitting in an auditorium at a basketball court in boot camp at church, looking at my calendar, being like, all right, week 10 is coming up, week 8 is coming up. Like, you're not like, there's not a drone instructor looking in your eyes, screaming at you 24/7. So you have mental time to kind of like catch up to where your physical body and all those lessons are learned. So like, to him looking at it, he's like, I got to use a gun. I got to get down and crawl through barbed wire and stuff. But by the time you get to the Crucible, you already had done that. You already know a little bit of McMap. You've done some like cross, like, parkour stuff on ropes.
Yeah.
You've done these things. So like when you get to the Crucible, it's like, okay, so all the training kind of like condensed into like a test. And it's just more obstacle courses, and overnight you get smoke bombs and stuff like it's just like events over and over again for a while. So it's kind of like a blur. You get some food, MREs, you know what I mean? So meat like crackers and stuff. But for him, I'm sure he's terrified of the Crucible.
Not you, Johnny. Not you.
Be ready for it.
That's Phoebe.
Like, dang, Chris, what the fuck, man? Nah, but Crucible was, I will say, it was fun. You walk back. If you survive the whole thing, and you're not trying to be a hero and you break your ankles or something like that, like you take your time, you focus, you clear mind, you leave your ego. If you like really do it and you learn from it, like the ruck back, you get your EGA, like it's like it can shift a life. You know what I mean? For
Yeah.
sure. Like I remember seeing drill instructors crying while handing it out, and these are guys that have been
moment. It's a defining moment because you see these guys, and this is what I'm trying to tell him. When I first met him, I wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, I wanted to lay him out because he hit his mother in the stomach and laughed his ass off. I'm like, guys don't hit girls, you die now.
Yeah.
And you look at him now and it's like, dear God, you've come a long way.
Yeah, that's rad.
And it's just weird thinking he's going to go be a Marine Corps. But still,
Hey, man, that's awesome, though. Like, you can't ask for anything better. You know what I mean?
Only for you. Now, he's a good dude, by the way, Johnny. If he ever places an order with you, it's going to be a good one. But still.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of wrap this up a little early because there's a couple of things I want to talk to you about behind the scenes, and I know I only got you for about an hour.
Okay.
If anyone is going to take something away from all these wonderful podcasts that I've done with you, what would you want them to know about Johnny Slicks?
Well, I'm terrible at marketing. Okay. Like, okay.
How did you get Rebecca? I'm sorry. I've seen the picture of you when you were younger. She's hot as hell. You know how to market, god dang it.
No, look, okay, so here's what's real about Johnny Slicks. It's not about the product. Like, the business itself has elevated to a point where it's really about the people. It's about the impact of the people and the culture of the company. Being somebody thing. Like, I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And building a culture like that, and then investing in our people. Like, when people buy a pomade, yes, it is fully organic. It's going to help you dramatically in your life, and it's going to make you smell damn good. But at the same time, like, every single one of those dollars, other than the taxes, trust me, I can't do much about that. There's powers that be. I can't pay your taxes. But all of the other money for the product itself goes directly into these guys, and they're like, dude, I am constantly trying to give every single one of them wages or higher wages, and it's like, that's where all of the money goes. So when people buy a product, when they buy a shampoo, the people are making it, and it's going back to them. It's the most important thing, and it's never failed us. Every single time. Nick and I we flew over to California to meet with a business coach, and we both, like, it was a very heavy meeting. We walked outside, and we said we had multiple options for routes of the business, for growth. We had multiple opportunities, and it came down to, I believe in us and our people. I don't want other people, us and our people. If it takes us a little bit longer to grow, I don't care. We're investing in our people. So I want everyone to know, when you buy a product from us, it is handcrafted, hand mixed. All of the ingredients are right here. But, like, that's cool, and that's badass, and that's unique. That's a very unique selling point in the industry. But there's people right here down the street making that for you and then sending it to you. And that's what matters.
Yep. And you can also check it out on Instagram, because he posts a lot of stories within the lab, so you can see people doing things, especially like during Thanksgiving rush for Black Friday and over Christmas time. They do a lot of lives where they show a lot of things.
Yeah, Slick Day is coming up March 7th. I'll be going live around that time frame, multiple days, just talking about Slick Day. Our anniversary is coming up. We're doing a 65-foot inflatable obstacle course with some food trucks. Everybody here locally is invited. There's going to be wild. What? What do you mean? None of this is a secret. I want everyone to come. You family, everyone come. Come to my party.
Money spoilers. I don't want to get killed, you know.
I'm excited, and it really is so much. Like, I used to be strictly like, I got to do pomades. And then I realized, like, it's more than that. It's more than just a grooming product. It's more than that. And that's where my passion lies now, in the people, in the change. You know what I mean?
Yep. And I can also say, go to www.johnnyslicks.com off of web. Make sure some money. I have reviews.
Maybe I'm lagging. Maybe I'm frozen. I think maybe I'm broken here. Well, hopefully it's not me. There's no buttons for me to click. Settings. No. Well, dang. Well, hello, everybody. It's me now, by myself. I can't see questions. I can't see anything on my end. Maybe I'll just come up. Maybe I'll pretend like you guys are asking a question. Slick sprays. We got Slick sprays coming out. Oh, look, he's back. Cool. I didn't need to buy time. Bro, I was trying to imagine them asking a question because I can't see questions.
Wi-Fi went out on me. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I get this little thing. I'm like, no. Screen goes black. And I'm like, come on. And then it goes, Wi-Fi is low. Try moving closer to the router. Then all of a sudden pops back up.
That's the worst, man. No, that's cool. That's cool. I was going to tell everybody for Slick Day, we're having a massive sale. We got Slick Spray. We got Armagon in spring. So stay tuned.
Armagon is great. Armagon is phenomenal. It really is. Spring is good. To me, not on the level of Armagon, but still, just me.
Yeah. Oh, we'll be doing Armagon in spring Slick Sprays as well.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Think about it as an all-natural Febreze for your nasty butt. But like I was saying, I've got reviews on everything he has sold except for one. I think I got to check. It's one of, I think it's the Alpha Body Wash or Beast Wash. I think that's the only one I haven't reviewed, but I've got everything.
If you haven't watched?
No, the review. I've done it, but I don't think I posted the review.
Okay.
But wow, okay. Now with all that fun that Johnny bought me time to get into the end part here, like I said, you've learned great things about him. Check out Johnny Slick's origin story, the first one. The second one's really cool, but it's like, all this has happened since here. So if you want a really good impact of who the dude is, there you go. A little spoiler, on the 29th, I will have his much better half on the show, and we're going to have fun picking on Johnny with his better half.
Yeah, don't pick on me too much, man. I'm just a dude trying to figure it out, man.
I'm just a dude playing a dude being another dude.
What is that? Oh, bro.
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, Tropic Thunder, dude. I just quoted that last night. I'm a dude playing a dude. This guy's another dude.
Which is what had me dying with the Marvel Universe. The guy who played Kang is out of the Marvel Universe. So they posted up Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder.
Did they really?
They were like, don't worry, we have a replacement for him.
Dude, Robert Downey Jr. was so good in that movie. The first time I seen it, I didn't even know it was him. It was wild. Yeah.
Right?
That was a good movie.
But like I said, my brother, don't go anywhere. I got some stuff I got to talk to you about backstage.
I got you.
For all you wonderful people watching on both platforms, normal videos resume on the gaming channel tomorrow. I'm taking a different step on that one. We've got more weird food stuff on the main channel tomorrow. Like I said, check out www.johnnyslicks.com. Use that discount code. Trust me, it is worth your penny. But with that fun note, be safe, be well. Hope you're having a great day, a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thanks, guys.